Thank you for joining my live, either live or on a replay. YouTube does replay all my lives, so thank you for joining. My name is Joyce Fields. I am 81 years old, and I do YouTube lives Monday through Friday. I am a veteran of TikTok lives. Over on TikTok, I did over 500 lives, and I love doing these lives. And so I did my last TikTok live. Look at the way that the universe lined this up. I did my last TikTok live on Friday, September 29th, and I did my first YouTube live that following Monday, September 1st. It just blew my mind the way it lined up. The universe lined it all up perfectly. So this is only my 19th YouTube live. So I've only done 19 of them. I'm still getting accustomed to it. Uh, oh, thank you. You too. Now, for those of you who are on here, please tell me how you learned or how you found out that I was doing this live. Did you get a message, or were you just scrolling, or how did you learn that I was doing this live? Would you be so kind as to respond to that question? To tell me if you got a message or if you were just scrolling and you came upon my live. So, excuse me. The title of my live, all the lives that I do really, the title is Undifficult Your Life. Undifficult Your Life. And like I said, I'm 81 years old, and the advice that I share will help you to undifficult your life. I have been using this advice since I was, okay, thank you. Since I was about 10 years old. That's a long time, y'all. I'm 81 now. I know that the advice that I share with y'all works. I use it every day. And my lives, the title is Undifficult Your Life because a lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a whole lot more difficult than they need to be. And I share 4 pillars of advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. And here are the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Hey, Shells, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Then pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3, before I go into pillar number 3, I just want to tell everybody, trolls are not tolerated here on my live. When people make outrageous comments, or sometimes my moderators will put you in timeout, or sometimes they will remove you. They'll do whatever they feel is necessary, okay? So if you are thinking about putting up inappropriate stuff on my live, you are just the kind of person who needs to listen to the advice that I share. So, oh, thanks, Lily. So, think twice about it. Now, I have had trolls apologize to me, for real. My whole thing is this. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm 81 years old, and I am very open-minded, So it doesn't bother me at all when you do that. Try to troll me. I think that trolls live a very pathetic life. To deliberately try to be cruel to somebody, to deliberately want to insult somebody or do stuff like that, that is extremely immature and extreme, the supreme being or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything that you do, hears everything that you say, and can read your thoughts. So you need to stop and think twice about what you do, say, and think. And I'll cover that a little bit more when I get to pillar number, I think it's, I don't remember now which pillar. I don't know what, let's see. I'm covering, I'm not going to give it away. You'll have to see it to believe it. Okay, so back to the trolls. So if you're thinking about trolling this live, don't do it because you'll only show how ignorant you are. It doesn't bother me. And my moderators or I will put you in timeout or remove you from the live. And you are the kind of person that really needs to hear the advice that I share. Okay, enough about trolls. I just want to tell trolls that it doesn't bother me. It shows how stupid they are. So now, here is pillar number, I was telling y'all, pillar number 1, pillar number 2, I remember saying that. If you're raising toddlers, I remember that. So now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. So I'm busy helping y'all, the moderators, to remove people. You won't be tolerated. So now, pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose power. You lose your power when you become upset. So stay calm. And when I get to pillar number 3, I do helpful hand visuals. I do them throughout the pillars. I do a helpful hand visual in pillar number 1 as well. But when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual, and I call them helpful hand visuals because one of my viewers in one of my TikTok lives this year, and I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I love doing these lives because I love sharing the advice with y'all, helping y'all to undifficult your life. So when I got to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual. Now, what a helpful hand visual is, I use my hands in the gestures that I make in combination with the words coming out of my mouth to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, all of that from my mind to y'all's mind, okay? For real. So a lot of y'all are not believing it, but when you see it, you'll believe it. And I'll be doing a helpful hand visual in pillar number 1. Now I call them helpful hand visuals because, and Spirit gives them to me. Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals. And I call them helpful hand visuals because in one of my lives this year, one of my TikTok lives, one of my viewers, her name is Jessie Knott, she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful." So this is what she was talking about, the gestures that I do with my hands. And it helps to communicate and get across from my mind to y'all's mind the points that I'm trying to make. And it reinforces. A picture is worth 1,000 words. That's what the helpful hand visuals are. So you'll want to see the helpful hand visuals. Now, that's pillar number 3, stay calm. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, stay calm. That's pillar number 3. Tremendous power. Excuse me, y'all. I got to fix my stand here. In your ability to stay calm. Now, I told y'all, when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that I do, it blows a lot of people's minds. I did it for my man, and by the way, my man's name is Pap. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. but we've been together for 68 years, since we were both 13 years old. And I want to show y'all a picture of us when we were 25 years old. And yeah, thank you. This is us at 25, 1969. Okay. All right, now the next picture is our 57th wedding anniversary in 2024, last year. And we were both 80 years old. And here's that one. 2024, we were both 80 years old. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now here, this is what I like to do. Show y'all this. 25 years old and 80 years old. Yeah, I love them too. And it blows my mind, y'all, that I've been with him for 68 years. I look at Papa, I say, oh my God, I've been with this man over half of my life. So now back to the pillars. He's the one who told me to start saying pillars, pillars of advice. I used to say pieces of advice. Hey, India. So pillar number 3. Now, I told y'all I did that helpful hand visual for Pap. It blew his mind. It blows my mind too, okay? So now when I get to pillar number 3, I'm sure it will blow a lot of y'all's minds, okay? So stay tuned. And I'm talking about pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. Okay, so that's pillar number 3. Then pillar number 4, there are only 4 pillars. Pillar number 4, the last one, is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. So I got to go to 1, 2, and 3 first, and then I'll get to 4. Okay. So now back to pillar number 1. And I think this is the most important one. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. Pillar number 1 is develop and maintain a positive attitude. I don't think you've thought about this. I don't think it's in the forefront of your mind. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have. Have you thought about that? Is it in the forefront of your mind that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? 2. That's it. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it. So, here's what I have learned in my 81 years of living. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. You heard me that? Okay, you heard that? You do not choose to have a negative attitude. Here's the way it works. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice. It is a deliberate choice. It's an on-purpose choice. It's an intentional choice. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude, or you'll lean towards the negative, okay? It's almost as if it is a default, y'all. You must absolutely choose to have a positive attitude. It will not come and sit in your lap. And here is the way you choose to have a positive attitude. You write a program. The way you write a program is this way. You say it out loud. And I don't care who is around you, because once I say it, when I tell you, it'll give you an opportunity to spread positivity. Here is what you say out loud, no matter who's around you. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to get a screenshot of that. Thank you. I'm going to repeat The program, y'all, excuse me, my stand is not working as well as I thought it would. So bear with me. So here's the program that you write and you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Yes, you're writing a program, and I got a whole lot more good stuff to share with y'all. I use this advice. I tell Pap frequently, I live a virtually stress-free life. I tell Pap frequently, I live an enchanted life. My life is not without turmoil or anything like that, but I'm going to tell y'all how you deal with this mess. Okay? You got to be stronger than it is. All right. And it's easier than you think. That's why my lives are entitled Undifficult Your Life. Okay? So now, there are only two attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or a positive attitude. And you must choose to have a positive attitude. It's a deliberate choice. And the way you choose it is you say the program out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And I'm going to give you more information or more advice. I used to use the word ammunition, but I don't like that word because that's like bullets and stuff, you know? So more powerful. I got to think about it. I'm an author too, so I got to come up with what I think is a good word to use. I'm going to give y'all a lot of powerful tips, okay? Tips. That's what I'm going to use. Thank you, Teresa. Tips that will help you in so many ways. So stay tuned and share this live and pass the word, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Undifficult your life. Now, negative attitude or positive attitude. And I told you how you develop and maintain a positive attitude by writing a program. And when you say it out loud, it gives you an opportunity to spread positivity, like I said. You know, somebody may say, oh, I'd like to know how you do that. Now, when you write that program, it states, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means it doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago. It doesn't matter what your attitude was like yesterday or last week. From now on, that means from this point forward, and mean it from the bottom of your heart. Tell all the people in your family, your friends, you can tell them all. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So don't throw up in my face what my attitude was like yesterday. It doesn't count. You got that? Yes. And you can choose to write that program at any minute of your life. It is a choice, y'all. You must choose it. And I'm telling you now, when you choose it, it's like you have a plug in your hand. That's what your positive attitude is. It's like a plug in your hand. And when you develop and maintain a positive attitude, when you say those words, when you write that program, it's like you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul, and it electrifies you. For real, y'all. It electrifies you. It makes you become a more vibrant part of your own life. That's what having a positive attitude will do. And I'm going to give you a whole lot more tips on why it's to your advantage to have a positive attitude. So, now, I got a whole lot of tips for y'all. So, I'm trying to get them all in order so it makes sense. Okay? Now, positive attitude. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard me correctly. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3, I will show you. 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like. See, these are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual. This represents positive elements flying through the universe. Positive elements are constantly, at all times, flying through the universe. But they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. Always. Because they can't see what they're not looking up. So now, here is what happens when you write that program and you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. When you say those words, here is what happens to you. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens. Now, you see, what was flying over your head when you wrote that program, when you said, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency, you raised your vibration. What was flying over your head is now slapping your psyche, okay? It's not flying over your head anymore, simply because you wrote that program. But you have to also put in the effort. A positive attitude takes effort and it takes energy, but it is fun effort. It is fun energy, y'all. It electrifies you and makes you more vibrant in living your own life. Yeah, slapping my psyche. Yeah, that's what it does. It slaps you. Okay. So when you write that program and you say it out loud, it raises your vibration. It raises your frequency. Now, a lot of y'all don't know that you have a negative attitude. I'm going to read you a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. But don't forget now, you can change. You can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute of your life. Whatever. It's a choice. So now here are the words. I'm also going to read you a list of words that will guide you on your path to having a positive attitude. So now first, the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Share the live, y'all. I would like to think that y'all would love for a whole lot more people to hear this advice because I'm just getting started, okay? So now, here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, ego. The last word is ego. Now back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Anger, y'all. Do y'all know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. I'm glad you felt it. Very good. Now, how about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges against other people? That is negative. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going down to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Okay. Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? That's negative too. Now, back up to resentment and holding grudges. I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, you are living in the past. Yep. You are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. Past tense. It happened. There is nothing that the people that did that can do to change it, and there is nothing that you can do to change it. You have to forgive them. You absolutely must forgive them because when you hold on to resentment and grudges and all kinds of ugly, evil stuff, all those words, anger, arrogance, guilt, regret, you hold on to all that kind of stuff, it creates an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, and you carry this, and it can lead you into bad health. Look around you at people that you know are full of resentment or people that you know are holding grudges against others. In a lot of cases, not all, but in a lot of cases, they are on pharmaceutical medications. They have all kinds of health issues because you create an internal, invisible burden on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your bones, on your entire being, y'all. You must forgive. Now, a lot of people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You would be an idiot to forget. You don't ever forgive and forget. Now, you do forgive, but you don't ever forget. You keep it on the stove, on the back burner, but you don't ever forget. You'd be an idiot. Don't do that. But you must forgive and not hold any ugliness. If you forgive, then that's good. Now, forgive doesn't mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's wonderful if all parties agree to doing that. Now, but it doesn't mean that. You forgive, and it doesn't matter who it is or what they did. You must forgive them in order to live a healthier life for yourself. When you hold on to unforgiveness, it doesn't harm the people that you're holding it against. It harms you. These are all things that I call uglies. Anger, resentment, lying, arrogance, regret, guilt. They are all uglies. And when the person who holds the uglies is the person that the uglies does damage to. You understand that? It makes no sense that you would hold resentment and think that you're punishing other people, but you are the one who is being punished. And look at your health. If you are going into failing health or going into all kinds of ailments or whatever, think about the fact that it could be the fact that you're holding resentment or grudges or whatever. Let it go. You must forgive. And doesn't matter, like I said, who it was or what they did, you have to forgive them. And I have people come on my live saying, yeah, but what if it was it? And what? Doesn't matter. So now, I'm 81 years old, and there was no such thing as text message, video call, email, none of that stuff when I was a kid. You can use any of those technologies to forgive. You can send them a text message that telling them that you forgive them. You can do a video call, whatever. You can do any of those kinds of things. But if you don't want to have anything else to do with them, never ever again in your life, listen to this, y'all. You can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. That is right. Out loud to the universe, y'all. Think about this. You probably never thought about it, but The universe was there, or God, or whatever you call your higher power. It was there when the mess happened to you. It knows what happened. Think about that. Now, I always add these words in every live that I do. The higher power, or God, or whatever you call it, sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now. I ask this question every live that I do because I brought it to your attention, to the forefront of your consciousness, that the higher power, or whatever you call it, sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now. Now, here's the question. Did my saying that bring that to the forefront of your mind, where you now really know and understand and realize that the higher power sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and can read your thoughts, or read your thoughts, not can, read your thoughts? Does that cause you to rethink what you do, say, and think? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. I am amazed at how many, oh, hey, Accord, at how many yeses I get. People, I have brought it to y'all's attention. Oh, good. Thank you, Mabel. Yes. I get tons of yeses because you need to stop and think that the higher power, or whatever you call it, sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and reads your mind, reads your thoughts. So hopefully that'll just kind of bring you up short and just, make you more conscious of what you do, say, and think. All right, now I'm saying all of that to say this. I told y'all you can forgive people by saying it out loud to the universe. Oh, thank you. Hey, Erminator. So, the universe was there when it happened. And a lot of people say, well, why didn't the universe do so? I don't question God, okay? I call God, the universe, I use either term. I'm saying the same thing. I don't do religion or politics on my lives. No religion, no politics. So Jesus and the Bible, I don't have any use for religion or politics. I think they both suck. So that's me, okay? And I'm entitled to my own opinion and my own beliefs. I ain't hurting nobody else. So now you do what you want to do. You do you, I'll do me. So, where was I? Oh yeah, forgive. You can say it out loud to the universe. And here is what you say. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Remember, the universe was there, and all you have to do is say it out loud. The universe knows what you're talking about, okay? So I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of what has happened on my lives. Share the live, y'all, because I sure would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I sure would love to be able to help a whole lot more people to undifficult their life, okay? So, the 4 examples. The one young lady said, I forgave my dad like that. Oh, I want to tell y'all, when I do my hand like that, that symbolizes, and you do the same thing, that symbolizes touching the universe, touching spirit, you see? So it symbolizes touching the universe or touching spirit when you say it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Okay, so now here's the first person. She said, I forgave my dad that way. And I immediately burst into tears. The second person said, I forgave myself that way. You can forgive yourself too, because the universe knows what you did. And I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man. He said, now these are the 4 examples, and I got plenty of others, but these are the ones that I have memorized and I think that are very powerful. She forgave her dad, she forgave herself, and this young man, he forgave, and he said he felt his spirit shift. Okay? So now, the 2 that burst into tears and the one young man that felt his spirit shift, now I got a 4th one. I'm going to tell you about that one in a few. They burst into tears and felt the spirit shift because, like I told y'all, when you carry unforgiveness and resentment and grudges, they create an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your blood, on your bones, on your cells, on your organs, on your entire being. That's what happens, y'all. And so when you forgive, it's like the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve, okay? And then when you say, I forgive, it's like the pressure gets released. That's why they burst into tears. That's why they felt the spirit shift. And it'll happen to you as well. Probably at least 90% of people will experience either bursting into tears or feeling something in their spirit. Okay? So try it. When you forgive, it just relieves the pressure that you have when you carry that ugliness. Okay? Yeah, just release it. It doesn't serve any useful purpose. It's not helping you. So you must forgive. It doesn't matter who it was, what it was. You have to forgive. Okay. Now, did I get that point across to y'all clearly about forgiving? Anybody out there going to be forgiving? Somebody said releasing all my baggage. Yeah, that's good. Anybody else? Come on. Give me some responses, y'all. Yeah, good. Thanks, Honda Accord. Thanks, She Chosen. Wonderful. Wonderful. So share the live, y'all. Yeah. No, so don't write a whole long, like 3 or more lines. I'm not going to read because think about it, y'all. Think about it, y'all. If I spent my time reading all of these comments like that one, okay, I won't have time to share the advice that I have to share. So y'all, I don't even look at the comments. I'm looking up here. I see the comments down below in my peripheral vision, but I can't read any of them. Every once in a while, I will focus on the comments down here. So I look and I say, keep sharing, wonderful. Thank you for telling people that. Yes, thank you. Peace and blessings. I will try, but it's hard. No, stop using the word hard. It is not hard. Life is not meant to be hard. It can be a challenge. I mean, what would you do if everything was so easy? I mean, it makes no sense, y'all. Y'all need to think. It's not hard. It's life's challenges. Other people, I look at people on social media who don't have all their limbs. Don't have all their, if you have your 5 senses, if you can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell, that's 5 senses right there. And if you have all of your limbs, if you got both your arms and both your legs and your feet, all of that stuff, I see people on social media that don't have all of that stuff, and they are excelling. What's your excuse? It's not hard. It's a challenge, and that's what life is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a challenge. And it's a war between you and you. It is not you against your parents. It's not you against your siblings. It's not you against anybody else. It's just you against yourself. And that's, think about it, y'all. So now you must forgive. Now I told y'all I was going to read y'all a list of words that will help to guide you on your path to a positive attitude. Now here are those words: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, truth and honesty, generosity, compassion, and the last word is faith. Okay? Those words will help to guide you. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question that you probably have never heard before. Well, before I ask you the question, I want to tell you this. I'm always talking about positive attitude and negative attitude. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. And nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, we all live our lives by a ratio. Did you know that you live your life by a ratio? Now, people who have already been on my lives, they already know. I'm only looking for responses that state no, okay? Did you know that you live your life by a ratio, R-A-T-I-O, ratio? R-A-T-I-O. I don't do religion, Vic, so don't come back around with that, or else I'm going to remove you. Oh, okay, that's good. Shelster. Girl, you are bad. You are really bad. And that means you are fabulous, fantastic. Okay, so you live your life by a ratio. Oh, okay, no, some people are responding. So I'm asking you if you know that you live your life by a ratio, and I'm only looking for responses to say no. Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what a ratio is and how you use it. Come on, give me some more responses. Okay. All right. I'm only looking for no responses that say no. All right. So now, here is what a ratio is. Spirit gave this to me, y'all. Spirit gives me so much. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. Share the live, y'all. I want a whole lot more people to hear about all this stuff, this advice that I'm sharing with y'all. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. You set your own ratio. Only you control it. Only you set it. Only you can adjust it. And it is adjustable. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. Okay? All right. Now, my ratio is 80-20. Anybody can use 80-20. In a lot of my lives, people choose 75-25, 60-40. Okay, so you can use whatever ratio you choose to use. Mine is 80-20, and I don't own it. Anybody can use 80-20. Now, what that means is this. I'm going to tell you exactly what it means. 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode. You notice I didn't say happy, but I can be there. You got it. Nobody can be 100% positive, 100% negative. So you got to have some, but you need to think about controlling your negative attitude mode. That's all you need to do. You see? So 20% of the time, my ratio is 80-20. I'm happy being, 20% of the time, I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode. Now back over to the positive attitude mode. 80% of the time, using my ratio, 80-20, that means 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and I'm going to tell you how you do more programs as well. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is just, what is considerate, what is honorable, what is kind, all of those good things. 80% of the time, that's where I am. 20% of the time, that negative part of your ratio, so whatever percentage you assign to your negative portion, but it cannot include physical abuse. That means you cannot hit people, you cannot throw things, okay? It cannot include verbal abuse. That means you cannot cuss anybody out or you cannot insult people. And then another one, three things. Thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight. She asked me to include tone of voice. And I included it because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it, okay? Now, so those three things. You cannot be physically abusive. I don't do Jesus, Stinson. Okay. You cannot be physically abusive. Thanks, Shells. You can't hit people. You can't throw things. You cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And the third thing is you cannot use an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it, okay? So those three things, as long as you don't include those three things, you're okay when you're in your negative attitude mode. All right, now, that's your ratio. Now I'm going to tell y'all how you can change any behavior that you have, and I'm going to use my ratio to demonstrate that. You can change any behavior that you have. You cannot change the behavior of other people. So you can only change your own behavior. Now, for those of you who have come on after I've already made this statement, I do not deal with religion, so no Bible, no Jesus. I do not deal with politics. I have no use for either one. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. I don't like religion. I don't like politics. They don't serve me well, okay? So, now, where was I? Yeah, I'm going to show you how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. And I'm going to use a false scenario about my own behavior, and I don't do this, okay? Now, I'm back to changing other people's behavior. That's what I think is wrong. And in a lot of these relationships out here, same sex or otherwise, somebody is trying to change the other person's, one or the other is trying to change the other's behavior, or they're both. Each one is trying to change the behavior of the other person. It can't be done. That's why you're going to end up with headaches and end up with arguments and end up with all kinds of ugliness. You're trying to change somebody else's behavior. But now here's what I want y'all to look at. While you are so busy trying to change somebody else's behavior, that person is looking at you saying, why in the hell don't you work on yourself? You see? Think about that. If we all worked on ourselves, the world would be a better place. If we all worked on improving our own self, the world would be a better place. Don't try to improve or try to change the behavior of other people. Now, back to the example. This behavior I'm going to show y'all, you can take the behavior and put it on any behavior that you have that you want to change. Now, here is the example I'm going to present y'all. I'm going to present y'all with a behavior that I have, and it's not true, and I want to change it. Then I'm going to present y'all with the program that I write to overcome the behavior. Okay, now here is the behavior that I want to change. Here's the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. It's not true. I don't do that. Okay. Here is the program that I write to change that behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days, weeks, months come, you're still eating 10 cookies. Now, me using that 80-20 ratio, it means 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. I will honor the program that I wrote. Excuse me. 20% of the time, that's my cheating room. That's my wiggle room. I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can't even go back up to 12. You see? You decide whether or not it works. So you decide. I've had people say that it did. So you can take whatever behavior using that example and put it on whatever behavior you have. I had one young lady, and I posted it on my TikTok page. I'm still on TikTok, y'all. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. This is only my 19th YouTube live. I left TikTok because they were changing their community guidelines, and they also increased the price for subscribing. And here on YouTube, subscribing is free. And so I've done, let's see, I was telling y'all about why, I was trying to think about now, how come I told y'all about I was doing the YouTube lives? Where was I? Okay, I gotta rewind, y'all. A lot of times I lose my train of thought, but I rewind and I get it back. Okay, now, sometimes it's gone forever, but okay. Oh yeah, thank you, Penelope. I was talking about the cookies, yes. So it gives you, most of the time, you will honor your program. Like I said, 80%. 80% of the time, I'm going to eat 10 cookies. But I can do something about that 20%. I can go back up to 11, 12, okay? So that is how, I also had, that's what I was telling y'all about. I have a young lady on my TikTok page. I still do TikTok. I still post to TikTok, but I do my lives here on YouTube. And that young lady, and I posted the comment that she made. She had an eating disorder. And this is the comment that she made. She said, I went from eating 6 meals a day to 5 to 4, and now I'm at 3 meals a day based on or because of the advice that I shared, because of the advice that she shared. So that's what she was talking about. So she did it for an eating disorder. So you can do whatever behavior you have that you don't want to have. Write a program. Say it out loud. I want to change it. I want to change whatever this is about my behavior, whatever. Do that. You'll be amazed at what it does. Okay? So now here is a negative attitude. Here's a positive I'm sorry. Negative attitude. I didn't go into the positive attitude. This is negative attitude. It's on lock, This is a negative attitude, y'all. Here you are in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace, okay? Negative attitude. You see this? inner peace and spirit, they cannot get through. So they turn and go away. I don't think they even approach a negative attitude myself, but I'm using it as an example. Okay, now here's a positive example, a positive attitude, okay? You can see what's going to happen, okay? Inner peace and spirit. Not only do they get through, they turn and they enclose your entire being, your entire spirit, okay? Yes. You must have a positive attitude in order for spirit to come to you. You must have a positive attitude in order for inner peace to come to you. It makes sense. Why would spirit or inner peace come to you if you have a negative attitude? Think about that. Don't go there yet, Penelope. Don't do that. I appreciate that. So don't do that, okay? So think about it. A negative attitude. A negative attitude repels spirit. A negative attitude repels inner peace. You understand? Yes, that's what I try to do. I try to be logical and I try to make sense. All y'all need to do is stop and think for a minute. You know, it's all about perspective. It's all about the way you look at it. It's all about the way you think about it. Okay? So, now inner peace and spirit only come to you when you have a positive attitude. Think about it. Why would they come if you got a negative attitude? You're looking at everything in such ugly ways. Why would spirit or inner peace come? Okay, so now, here's another thing. Now, if people in your life, in your family, are disturbing your peace, or I'm going to tell you about spirit came to me in the month of June. I never will forget it. And said, there's such a thing as outer peace. And I said, huh? Outer peace? Spirit explained it to me. Inner peace can never be destroyed. Inner peace can never be disturbed. Okay, that's inner peace. Outer peace can be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed. I give this example every live that I do. If you are trying to study or sleep and someone is making noises in the same room, downstairs, upstairs, across the street, down the hall, or whatever, that is disturbing your peace. There is a law on the books in every city in America, probably in the world, for disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people that are disturbing your peace. That is your outer peace. Your inner peace can never be disturbed. Your inner peace can never be destroyed. Share the live, y'all. I would love to share this advice with a whole lot more people. No, I'm not there yet, Penelope. So, okay. So now, if anybody in your family, I got it back, is disturbing your peace, and that's your outer peace, here's what I suggest you do. Treat it kindly, okay? Treat it kindly. Tell them, you know, I love you dearly, but when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. You cannot cuss them out. You have to, you got to be kind and diplomatic. But remember that they are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that. No, that's your outer peace. If you don't have a positive attitude, you don't have inner peace. You got to have a positive attitude to have inner peace. So, no, Pokish, that's too bad. I'm hoping that I'll say something to encourage you. So, you tell them, but they're not obligated to change their behavior. You're obligated to tell them. If you don't protect your peace, who will? Okay, so you got to protect your peace. And nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace, and that includes your mama. And I'm going to tell you how to deal with her as well. Okay, so now, when you tell them, you know I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. You give them enough time to change their behavior, but they're not obligated to change their behavior. But you give them enough time to change it if they're going to. And if they don't, then that gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say words to this effect. I must protect my peace, y'all. I told y'all that I love y'all dearly. But I also told y'all when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still doing it. Y'all are still saying it. I must protect my peace. So I give y'all 3 options. That is option 1. You say, I have to feed y'all with a long handled spoon. Or option 2, I must love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You see? I got to stop coming around y'all. You are perfectly within your rights to say any of those 3 things, or a 4th one if you come up with something else, okay? So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, now remember now, y'all, this takes place after you write the program that says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay, that's after you write that program. So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are, getting your peace disturbed, coming in, getting your peace disturbed. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you, I really do. But when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And some mamas will say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. Stuff like that. But that's mama. Leave her be. Leave her be. When you make that statement, when you write that program, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You see? You are up here now. You are no longer on this frequency, on this vibration. You raised it. You are now able to look at your mother's behavior and see it for what it is. And it doesn't bother you. You rose above it. You raised your vibration. You raised your frequency. Does that make sense, y'all? Did I do that helpful hand visual to the point where I communicated that from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I got 71 people on here, so come on, give me some responses. Oh, good. Good, thank you. Michelle, RP, Honda Accord, thank y'all. Okay, any more responses? Thank you, Penelope, that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, so that is the way you deal with people disturbing your peace. Another thing that I want to tell y'all is when somebody says something negative to you and you say something negative back to them, oh yeah, please subscribe and like and share. Okay, so if anybody says something negative to you, thanks, Shells, and you say something negative back to them, that means you are adding to the level of negativity in the world. When somebody says something negative to you, don't say something negative back. Thank you. Instead, say something. Don't attack them and don't attack what they did or said. Instead, just say something about how it impacts you. You understand? So don't say something negative back. Here's what you do. If they say something negative to you, and then here's what the way you respond. Something like this, positively. Okay. Oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel, or what that makes me think about. I'm working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I reject that way of looking at it. I reject that way of thinking about it. You see, you didn't attack them and you didn't attack whatever they did or said. You just told them very politely, very kindly, how it impacts you. You say, oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel or what that makes me think about. I'm working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I reject that way of looking at it, or I reject that way of thinking about it, or whatever. You see? Can y'all use that? Come on, give me some responses. Come on. Oh, thank you, Deanna. I appreciate that. Okay. Give me some responses, y'all. Did I get that point across? Come on. Give me some responses. YouTube says I got 68 people on here. Give me some responses, y'all. Did I get that point across? As far as if somebody says something negative to you, you don't say something negative back. You just talk about how it impacts you. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Oh, that was good. I love it. Thank you, Vicki. Appreciate it. Any more responses? Okay. Good. Thanks, Penelope. Thanks, Michelle. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, wonderful. Now, pillar number 2. I'm finished with pillar number 1. I told y'all how you develop and maintain a positive attitude. So when you write this program, you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, what that means is from this point forward, that you are going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude from this point forward. And you can choose to write that program at any minute of your life. Any minute you can make that choice. A positive attitude is a choice that you make. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I'm going to tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience, but I always start with the toddlers. If you're raising toddlers, you will want to hear how easy it is, and this is how easy it is. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer, give the toddler the cookie in 5 minutes. Do that many times at 5 minutes, then stretch it to 10 minutes, still using the timer. Do that many times at 10 minutes. Then stretch it to 15, stretch it all the way up to an hour or more. Now, not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, I told y'all before, I do not read comments that are 3 or more lines. I don't have time to read them, okay? So don't bother writing in comments like that are that long. When I come back down and to read comments, sometimes I'll see them and I will address it, or sometimes I'll take a screenshot. But generally speaking, I do not read the comments because I can't. My time is spent giving the advice that I have to share. And I hope that y'all will just listen to the advice and start using it, implementing it in your life, okay? So I do not read comments that are longer than 3 lines. So, and then I don't read most of the comments anyway because I'm looking up here, y'all. Y'all have to understand. I see the periphery. I see the comments in my peripheral vision. But when they are 3 or more, y'all writing whole paragraphs. I don't have time to read those. Okay? I'm addressing specific pieces of advice. So now, pillar number 2. I was telling y'all about increase your own level of patience, and I told y'all how you do it when you're raising toddlers. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience with that scenario I presented to y'all about the timer in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can tell your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, this requires a piece of paper and something to write with. This is a fun, fun, well, it's just a fun, short. I said not small. It's a short exercise that you're going to be doing. So now I'm going to give you 10 seconds while I drink some water to go get a piece of paper and something to write with. Okay, so I'll be right back. Excuse me. Okay, now on that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now and put that piece of paper away. Okay, now Dixie Bragg says, where did you learn what you know besides time? I learned by observing, objectively observing. Don't put your emotions into this stuff. Observe. And I have been observing since I was about 5 years old. Okay? For real. Observe. Do not absorb. That is what the problem is with a lot of people. They absorb this mess. You should never do that. Keep it outside of you. That's where it is. And keep it there. So I learned this because I observe, and I observe objectively. I don't observe based on what I like and what I don't like. I observe based on the way it is. Look at life the way it is. Don't fall for the okey doke. Be woke. It's a good thing to be woke. So now you write the present time down. Put that paper away. Then at some point, come back and try to figure out what the time is at that point. Do that many times a day. I do it all day long. I don't need pencil and paper or anything, okay? And you won't either if you do that. And it will teach you how to feel time. It will tune you into the passage of time. You will be more alert to the passage of time. So, can y'all use that exercise? Come on, give me some responses. Can you use that exercise? Come on. YouTube says I got 48 people on here. Can you use that exercise to teach you how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time? Good. Wonderful. And you won't need pencil and paper anymore after you keep doing it for a long time. You will automatically be zeroed in on the time. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now if you're 10 years old or older, the way you teach yourself patience, the way you increase your level of patience, that's pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. You make yourself wait. You write a program and you say it out loud. Say all your programs out loud. Now, the reason why, and I didn't cover this earlier, you say the programs out loud because a lot of people tell you to say it in your mind. And when you say it only in your mind, you use one element. It's in your mind. When you say it out loud, you're using 3 elements. You're speaking it out of your mouth, you're hearing it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see? 3 elements, y'all. So you say your programs out loud. And here's what you say. I am teaching myself patience. See, I rewound. I remember where I was. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am teaching myself how to increase my own level of patience. You see? And you say it out loud, especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Don't do that to yourself. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's fabulous because it tells you that you are in control. And don't you want to be in control of your own life? Make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. Now, back to the kids. When you're teaching toddlers patience, I highly recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. Ah, so this book is 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. This one is Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. 48 pages, $7.99. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire, for real. You can admire. It makes a wonderful gift to people, parents that are raising toddlers or expectant parents. Wonderful gift. So now, there are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com, y'all. And the books are flying off the shelves because people are coming onto my lives and they are learning about the books. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. My sister wrote one, and I wrote 10. The genres are, we have 9 genres: memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. So the books will delight you, they will inspire you, they will encourage you, they will entertain you, they will motivate you, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, so that's what the books will do for you. Like I said, they're flying off the shelves. We have 3 price categories: $7.99, $9.99, and $12.99. And the link is in my profile, y'all. So check it out. They make wonderful gifts, children as well as adults. We got children's books too. So now that's pillar number 2, increase your own level of patience. Write that program. Thank you. So now pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is so much power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. So stop with the anger, y'all. Stay calm. Now, Spirit came to me and gave me these 2 helpful hand visuals when I was in pillar number 3, stay calm. I was talking about staying calm, and I was talking about neurons. I had never used the word neurons in any of my lives before. It was this year. I had never used the word neurons. And I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I love doing these lives because I love sharing the advice that I share with y'all. I use this advice. I'm 81 years old. I have been using this advice since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works. If it can work for me, it can work for y'all. And God has gifted me, or the Supreme Being, whatever you want to call it, with the skill, the talent, the gift of being able to communicate philosophies, concepts, and so many ideas and all that from my mind to y'all's mind. And so this is in pillar number 3, stay calm. The helpful hand visual that I was doing is stay calm. So this is what your neurons are doing when you are calm. They are communicating with each other, okay? And just going past each other. Hi, Hong Kong. So that's what they're doing. When you are angry, this is what they're doing. Look. Now, Spirit gave me those helpful hand visuals. And between the time of 4 o'clock and 5:15 a.m., while I was doing my live, Spirit told me to do that helpful hand visual. Then Spirit told me about the angry, and then that was in the morning while I was doing my live. And thank you, Tien. Later that same night, Spirit came back to me. Here's my hand. Honest to goodness, it blew my mind. Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. I said, okay, I obeyed, but I looked it up. I Googled it. And this is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. You see, that's why you cannot think straight when you are angry or upset. That's why you can't make good decisions when you are angry or upset. That's why you can't make good choices when you are angry or upset. You have to stay calm. Your neurons, think about your neurons the next time you become angry. Think about your neurons. They should be traveling peacefully and helping you to make choices and decisions and compute information. Not this. Look. You see? Yes. That's what these 4 pillars will help you to rewire your brain, Penelope. So stay calm. Think about what your neurons are doing when you get upset. Empower yourself by staying calm. You become powerful. You lose your power. That's what I'm telling you. Stay calm. That's pillar number 3. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, whatever ugliness is inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You see? Nothing in life is permanent. No scenario lasts forever. No situation lasts forever. This too shall pass. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say he passed last week. She passed yesterday. So nothing in this life is permanent. The next time you are getting chewed out by your mama or next time you're getting chewed out by your daddy, they cannot read your mind. They cannot read your mind. Sit there or stand there getting chewed out, but be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You see? Oh, thanks, baby. So, this too shall pass. That will get, those 4 words will get you through just about probably 90% of the ugly situations that you get into or that upset you. Those words will settle you down. This too shall pass. Now, those are the 4 pillars, y'all. I told you, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You write a program. You write a program. The program says, from now on, I don't read comments that are longer than 3 lines, so I don't know what that says. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on that path to do that. Every once in a while, I'll stop to read comments, but I don't go to read these. I don't want paragraphs. So, okay. So, yes. So now, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Put yourself on the path to do it. What that means is from this point forward, doesn't matter what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago or last week or whatever. So, developing a positive attitude really opens up portals. All kinds of positive things come back to you when you develop and maintain a positive attitude. I don't answer questions like that. I give specific advice about undifficulting your life. Positive attitude, that's pillar number one. 4 pillars. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. And I told y'all exactly how you do that if you're 10 years old or older, okay? Exactly. But I always start with the toddlers, and I did that. And I told y'all how you teach patience to a toddler. I also recommended this book if you're raising toddlers. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena, I don't speak Spanish, but this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Check it out, Mother's Dozen. It's the profile, not the profile, the link is in my profile, okay? So the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. You have tremendous power when you are calm, okay? You're calm, so stay calm. And think about your neurons. Your neurons are doing this when you are angry. They should be doing this, just traveling peacefully and communicating with each other. I'm just giving you an analogy for what your neurons are doing, okay? This is when you're angry. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. So now, pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. So remember those 4 words. I want y'all to implement these 4 pillars into your life and watch it undifficult itself. Your life will become less difficult when you have a positive attitude. So I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And if you got something out of this, you can do a video or a post and tag me and tell people what you got out of the advice that I share and how you are using it or will use it. Or if you have read any of the books, thank you. Thank you. I really thank y'all for joining my live. So if you've read any of the books at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile, fabulous nonfiction books. You can also do a video or a post and tag me and do a book review. Yeah, do a book review. So now thank y'all for joining my live, and I close my live, every live I do, with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. She's much, she may repeat her age in a few minutes. I'm 81 and happy to be 81. I just turned 81 on February 4th. I'm looking forward to turning 82. Okay? I love, yes. Okay, so now, My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. All right, now don't, okay, Argos Transportation, stop jumping ahead, okay? So now, I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old, and that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. Oh, thanks, Penelope. I get a lot of compliments on my nails. I've had long nails since I was 12 years old. They weren't even in style. I mean, I liked long nails. The lady upstairs from us, she had long nails. and I really admired them. And when I was 12, when I turned 12, I started growing my own nails. And I got some posts on there about your nails, grow your nails. Anybody can grow their nails, just about anybody, so don't use them as tools and all that other kind of stuff. I got a post on there about grow your own nails, so check it out on TikTok. So here's the quote that I coined when I was 15 years old. Never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. Y'all just jumping ahead. I ain't asked for no page numbers yet. I don't remember saying it, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote. I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined. I knew I was coining a quote, and I do remember coining it. It was for a quote contest. It was about 2011 or 2013. It was for a calendar, so they wanted 12 quotes. I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Out of over 5,000 entries. I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. So, here is the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Yes, it's on Amazon, but all of them, the 11 are, go to the link in my profile. You will see all 11 of them. On Amazon, you got to know the name of the book. So, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can. And you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. It's just that simple. Chase your dreams. The way this book is formatted, like I said, is 90 pages. 2 quotes on each page. The quotes are in all caps and separated by a black and white picture. So now, chase your dreams. This book is 90 pages. This is what's on page 90, the end. So now I'm going to open up the floor. Wow. And pages 6 to 89, y'all can put out some page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page to give y'all a taste of what these quotes are all about. 167 quotes that I coined. Okay, page 30 for Honda Accord. At the top of page 30, live your life so as to have few regrets. At the bottom of page 30, if you're pretty on the outside but ugly on the inside, you're ugly. Can you live by those quotes? Okay, Penelope. I just read page 11, Penelope. I'm going to read it again. Page 11, at the top of page 11, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I didn't say that it was on page 11, though. But at the bottom of page 11, a marriage license is not a certificate of ownership. Okay? I don't do Jesus Christ. Get them, shelves. Okay. Page 22 for Penelope. At the top of page 22, yesterday is gone, but we can take the reins of today, of right now. I know you did. Thanks, Shells. At the bottom of page 22, do you act as though you value things more than you value people? Okay. Any more page numbers? Yeah. We're a good team, Shells. I love it. Any more page numbers? If you don't have any more page numbers, I'm going to get on off of here, and I'll be back tomorrow. I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And like I said, if you enjoyed or got a lot out of this, yes, we are, then do a video or a post and tag me and tell people what you got out of it, okay? Now, this is for Penelope, page 25 at the top. We all either reap the rewards or suffer the consequences for the decisions and choices that we make. At the bottom of page 25, be like the sun. Rise and shine most days. I'm going to get a screenshot of that, Shells. I like that response, Shells. We are. Oops. So my stand, I got to get a new stand, I think, y'all. Okay. Sorry about that. My stand fell. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I read page 25 for Penelope. All right, y'all. So now I'm going to be, I'll be back tomorrow. And I hope that y'all will implement at least one of the pillars. I hope y'all will implement all of them. I hope that y'all also see how interconnected all four of these pillars are. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, it will cause you to want to increase your level of calm and your patience. So everything, the positive attitude will cause you to want everything else. The patience, the calmness, the ability to remember this too shall pass, you see? So thank y'all for joining my live. I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll spread the word. Spread the word for me, y'all. Take care.